Hello, everyone, and welcome to an information session to learn more about the partnership between Widener University Graduate and Continuing Studies and Penn Delco School District. My name is Cameron Buckley, and I'm the Assistant Director of Recruitment and Outreach over here at Widener University. Today, we're going to be talking about a little bit of an introduction about Widener University, as well as the partnership program, go through a quick campus tour, talk about all the programs that are offered to you and you are eligible for, as well as a little overview of the Widener Advantage and how to apply. So if you're not familiar with Widener, it's right down the road. About a 200-year history. We were founded in 1821, so about 203 years at this point. We were prior a military college before becoming Widener University that we are today. We have about an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, meaning all of your class sizes should be rather intimate, building connections with the faculty and peers in those classes. We offer 60 plus graduate and professional programs. I'll try to go into a decent amount of those today. Obviously, not all of those will apply to your work at Penn Delco, but I can elaborate on any of those. If you have any questions, you saw my email at the beginning there. Feel free to email me anytime if you have a specific question about a different program that I don't touch on today. We have about 5,600 students enrolled with us, about half grad, half undergrad. So, pretty diverse student population that we are catering our classes to. So the partnership benefits between Penn Delco and Widener is a 20% tuition discount on all graduate and continuing studies programs. A couple exclusions that you can see there are Crozier medical programs, our online MSW, and our undergraduate day programs, meaning any programs that will have classes on campus during the day. Again, probably not something that would be of interest to working employees at Penn Delco, but this does apply to everyone at Penn Delco. So if you are interested in any programs, regardless of if you're hourly or salaried, we are happy to help and get you that discount, as well as an application fee waiver for anyone who attends this webinar. You will also be assigned a dedicated enrollment counselor who's with you throughout the process, and I will get into that a little bit later, but it should just help the process go a little bit smoother. Now I'm going to give a brief virtual tour of campus here. So you can see all the resources that are available to you on our campus. Now, some of you may know most of our programs are completed online or in person. I would say the majority of our graduate students are completing programs online, but those resources that were shown in the video are still accessible to you. You have access to any of the things that were shown in there as an online graduate student as well. So if you are interested in stopping by the library to get things done, or business school, if you're interested in using the Bloomberg lab, those resources are available to you throughout your enrollment. And since we are pretty close right down the road, you may want to use those. You are absolutely more than welcome to. I'm going to jump in now to the programs that we offer. So these are our adult and continuing studies programs that are offered entirely online. These are for kind of our non-traditional students. If you're looking to complete an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree or an undergraduate certificate, these programs are designed for people who don't yet have their bachelor's and are looking to go back to school. Like I mentioned, 100% online, try to make them as affordable as possible for students that are interested in expediting their education. So some great options here. You'll see some of these programs go from bachelor's or even associates all the way up through a master's program. Our organizational development and leadership program, kind of built for HR professionals and leaders in general, will go through to a master's. Our allied health education program will also run through to a master's. So some great offerings here to get started and potentially segue into some higher degrees. These are graduate certificates. So you'll see a couple on here for education, counselor education, higher education leadership are shown on here. These certificates are stackable, which is a really cool feature that we have here. If you complete one of them, for example, I want to say the counselor education certificate is even maybe 45 credits, and that can stack directly into a master's degree. So if the master's degree is 51 credits, you only have 6 credits to complete after those first 45 in the certificate. Now, why is that important? It's important because our certificate classes are significantly discounted compared to the master's rate. So a great opportunity to get your foot in the door, get some of those classes done, and hopefully save some money on what a typical master's would cost you. So some great options here. Higher education leadership and counselor education are offered entirely on. Certifications, probably right up your alley as well. These certifications, same exact kind of format as our certificates. If it's 45 credits, out of a 51 credit master's, it stacks directly into it. We price these as low as the Pennsylvania Department of Education will allow us to. So trying to make them as affordable for you to really expedite your career growth through Widener. So some great programs here. If any of these jump out to you, like I said, feel free to shoot me an email. My email's on the first slide. I'll give you our general email on the last slide, but some potential great opportunities here for you. Master's programs in society and culture, just throwing these up here. Not sure anyone is necessarily going to be interested in these, but I'd like to give you an idea of the programs that we offer. So public administration may lend itself to working in an educational environment, social work, potentially, if you're a guidance counselor, things like that, that could be useful in a school setting. Those programs are typically offered online as well. You'll see these programs again here. You should have seen them on the certificate and certification pages, but these are the correlating master's degrees with them, again, offered entirely online. I'll say with most of our online classes, that's going to be in an asynchronous format, meaning you can complete your work at your own pace, maybe view recorded lectures, things of that nature. There are a few classes that you may see in synchronous format, meaning that you have to meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Zoom, something like that. But our course catalog will tell you what's what when you're signing up for those classes, but really trying to cater to the working adult with all of these courses. And finally, our doctoral programs in education. So a couple of these, couple programs here, again, offered entirely online. Kind of pathway programs from the programs that you've seen before. And again, something that can put you on the inside track to future career success through Widener. Hopefully I've touched on all this so far, but just jumping into the Widener Advantage, convenient location, especially for Penn Delco, like I said, right up the road. So I won't go too far into the location. I think you know where we are, but if you prefer to take classes online, that is open to you. Part-time students moving at their own pace. I'll say pretty much all of our education programs are part-time. Most of our students in those programs are part-time students. It might mean taking 6 credits a semester or something of that nature. So completing your program in 2 to 3 years is definitely possible. Depends on how quickly you want to move through things. We have some students who might take 9 to 12 credits a semester, kind of move a little bit quicker. If you're looking to take maybe 1 class a semester, trying to make sure you don't fall in that, taxability for getting financial aid or tuition remission, you can move really at your own pace. The only thing that we ask for is if you take no classes for a year, that you would have to reapply after that year. But typically you can take a semester off even if you're looking to lighten your workload a little bit. As I mentioned, most of our classes are offered in the evening hours and online. You'll see there it says with hybrid availability for some of our face-to-face. I don't think that would apply to any of our education programs, but if you're interested in a program like a human sexuality, they meet maybe 2 weekends out of the semester that you'll be on campus. So some different options if you are in one of those hybrid classes. But again, we are catering to the working adult, and so we want to make this as easy on you as possible. So how to apply, you see the link right there, go to that link and it'll ask for some basic information first, just to get your application started. Once that's complete, it'll ask for some materials. So you look for things like prior transcripts, personal statements, letters of recommendation. I know when people think about applications, they dread those standardized tests. So you'll be happy to hear that we do not require the GRE or the GMAT for many of our courses, the vast majority of our programs. But you'll have some materials to add to that. Once your application is submitted, just with some background information about you, you'll be assigned an enrollment counselor who will be with you every step of the way. I touched on this a little bit earlier, but going into what they do. So as soon as the application's in, they will be with you for the entire process. They'll help you get those materials if you need it. If a recommender is not getting back to you, they will reach out to the recommender on your behalf to try to get that information in so we can admit you a little bit quicker. And then sometimes, we have students that might fall a little bit below the GPA requirements for some of these programs, maybe as a 3.0, and they have a 2.8. So our enrollment counselors are really going to be your advocate in that situation. When we pass that application along to a faculty member, you will see your enrollment counselor really push and say, maybe we can give them a provisional admission where they get 2 classes B or above, and that can get them into the program. So they're really going to be your advocate when it comes to the admissions process, advocate on your behalf from the time you submit your application until you receive the admissions decision. And that is about all that I have about this partnership program between Penn, Delco, and Widener. So if any questions come up, please feel free to give a call to that number, an email there, or an email to me that you saw on that first slide there. We're happy to help anytime.